Brodes Media.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome on into Sports Talk with Brodes. Strong fucking weekend. Strong weekend down in Texas. And it's not just the fact that they were finally able to close out a sweep. Okay, it's not about that they won the 3 games, although it is. It's not just about the wins. It's how they won that was extremely impressive to me. Max Kepler in the 7th. You had a game on Sunday when Sosa, Weston Wilson, those type of cats are producing? Ew. I'm just being honest with you. Ew. I actually say that positively. That sounded horrendous. I apologize. Sounded like I'm going, ew, that's gross. You got to rely on those guys. No. I'm saying, ew. Okay. Here we go, baby. Team's playing hot ball. Team's taking care of business. Team's playing with this attitude that I like. Whoa, the fucking Mets. The Mets, man. The Mets. I tried telling everybody there's a big difference when expectations are in play. And trust me, the Phillies haven't executed, they have not, the way that we needed to with expectations after a World Series run. It's hard to do it. The Mets going to the NLCS and signing Juan Soto, you're turning up the heat. Can you handle it? They look terrible. They look like absolute hot garbage trash. Good. It's so good. What are you going to do? Let's get back to the fights. Where do I begin? Man, there's a lot here. Rob Thompson said something that was a total BS lie. There's a lot of moves that is in the future with Aaron Nola and Alec Boehm and David Robertson, obviously, was a big move we just saw. Duran was fun this week, and that little skippity hippity hip that he does when he throws a nasty pitch and he follows through with a high knee. Oh! It's sex! It's sex! It's sex! It's so good. There's a few things that are good. See what I'm saying? You play ball like this. You actually finish out the sweep instead of taking 2 out of 3. And then the last game of the series, you don't show up and you don't compete. Like this is, come on now, fellas. This just gives you a better life. It gives you more fun. It's entertaining. It's highly enjoyable. What time's the game tomorrow? 6:45? Yeah, I need it to be 6:45. Should be a fun test against Cincy. I told you, I'm willing to open up my heart and say it's playoff time. At least it's the build-up. It's the ramp-up period. I don't like that. That's a big-time scar from Joel Embiid. Ramp-up, not good. But it's a perfect way to describe this. The one thing that shook me, though, pretty heavily was not knowing when or what we'd see out of Zach Wheeler. They were expecting him to pitch Sunday. They named him to pitch Sunday. But until I actually saw him pitch Sunday, I wasn't necessarily sure. He went 5. It could have been a lot worse. He said he feels good. Felt normal. I don't know if Aaron Nola coming back to the rotation and adding another body is going to be what helps him. He is definitely stuck on his regimen. He likes the way that he attacks with his body and being on a certain schedule. And but the thing is, there's really nothing you can do about this. You don't have the choice. You don't have the luxury. There's a lot of wear and tear. So you either go this path or you're toast. Or you will get beat up. He probably should have allowed another bomb. Not probably. He should have. Just amazing, incredible defense by Bader to snag one back over the wall, leaping at the wall and bringing it over. Amazing, incredible. And the way that Brandon Marsh is on fire, 4 hits on Friday. 4 All he's doing is stepping up to the plate and becoming a threat, becoming a problem. All right? It's every single time now. Wow. Is it possible that we finally have the Brandon Marsh that you thought you were trading for? Could it just be that? Because every time we do this and we assess, we ask how long it can keep up, knowing the natural dips and peaks and valleys that you hit throughout a season. This Brandon Marsh thing, what I'm coming to realize, and I've explained this in a different way in other shows, but what I'm coming to realize is whether JT was playing with his hair on fire and smoking it, scorching it, it seems like the moment JT was cashing in consistently. Well, now Brandon Marsh is stealing the shine. And then I'm sure it could be someone else stealing the shine in a few weeks, although Brandon Marsh has been doing it for a while. This isn't just a snap of the fingers. Wow, this came out of nowhere and I can't believe it. This has been going on for straight months. But my overall philosophy with figuring out and understanding who this team is now that I'm settling into it all, you are going to get that wave from someone. It just depends on who it is. You're going to get that. There's just others who cool off, and it's either JT, it's either Brandon Marsh, it's either, let's say it could be Bader for a bit. Maybe it's Nick. Maybe it's Stott. Who knows? Maybe it's Sosa. Now, it'll be within its own level. Not everyone could do it at a high enough clip, but maybe it's Kemp for a couple of clutch at-bats. Maybe 2 in a 4 or 5 game sample size, so you just feel it because it's bunched up. To their respected level, that's where their deepness comes in. Because not other teams have the ability to rely on that as much as they do. I'm looking for the reasons why to believe in this group. Okay? You know my mentality switched. You know my anger has moved away. And it's go mode. So this is the stance. This is the take. And it's funny. I ran into somebody, a good friend of mine, his dad. Okay? And some of his friends are a big fan. And I appreciate them. But I was over a couple of days ago and he hits me, yo, Brodes, my buddy so-and-so getting a little angry with you, getting a little ticked off. I said, why? What'd I do? What'd I say? Thinking maybe something with the birds and the season coming up and training camp. He goes, getting a little soft on the Phils, huh? What? You getting soft? You taking the foot on the gas on Dave? You being stupid? You're falling for those same damn tricks again? I said, oh, dude, am I? I had to look in the mirror and say, is there something to this? Am I being a buffoon? And then, well, I answer and I go, yeah, maybe. Maybe. But it's okay. Because it's a measured buffoon. Meaning, come on, guys. I'm not stupid. But I'm also enjoying my baseball team right now. I'm also seeing a product that I wonder if it can be real. They are good. They were annoying us because we thought they were missing something. Duran has changed the identity of this team late in the game with the lead. Bader is stealing home runs away from the opponent when you're facing a Zach Wheeler that is beatable, when you're facing a Zach Wheeler that isn't throwing gas and hitting 98, 99. There's an advantage for you. That's a bonus you got to steal, essentially. And Bader goes, I don't give a damn what you think. That's a deadline acquisition. So is it forming where there is legitimacy to this. I didn't think there were legitimacy ways even possible prior to the deadline. Let's see. But no, I don't think I'm being soft. I think I'm being objective with some fandom involved. That's all. I'm being an objective fan. I'm being soft. You kidding me? Let's talk about Rob Thompson. So Rob Thompson stated he plans to give each outfielder a day off because, quote, the turf at Globe Life Field. If you believe that, you're dumb as hell. You are stupid as shit. They wanted Nick Castellanos out of the lineup. Matt Gelb of The Athletic hinted at this at the back end of last week. Nick is not producing. And because of how poorly he grades out defensively, it makes it even more eye-popping. And it puts a lot more stress on the way he needs to get going. I'm sure he will, because at one point it's going to be his time, and he does have that ability with this bat. It's just not now. And they don't want to give up on Kepler because this dude is actually performing with the lights on lately. You may hate it. I don't. I got to be honest with you. I actually find it super interesting. But what Rob is trying to do is not get rid of Max Kepler and get Nick Castellanos out of the lineup. But he has to lie his ass off and lie just dumb lie because of Nick's feelings. Because of the weird, unique personality that Nick Castellanos is. He wants Bader and Marsh and Kepler and Nick to be rotating. Come on. The turf. I mean, you're telling me I got to sit here and pretend that Rob Thompson is going to take Mr. Iron Man streak that he had for a while, but for the last time, Rob had to bench him, and that's when he found out real quickly, this ain't going to be easy. So this is a managerial test. Because some of you think Rob sucks. Some of you think Rob is bad and doesn't know how to do anything. Let's see how he maneuvers through this, because forget what he tells us publicly. I mean, come on. Come on. Let's see the reaction and how it plays out. And there's a chance, not telling you I'm putting a lot of money on it, but if Max Kepler gets his head out of his rear end and actually gives us what we expected, or some version of it, then isn't that Rob installing faith, being inspiring? The outside noise is the outside noise. People assume at the deadline things are going to change heavily. We believe in you in this organization. Dave believes in you. I believe in you. We have an opportunity to win a World Series. Your bat can make an impact. Your power and your left-handed stick could be something that we think puts us in a different tier than every other squad going after a chip. Now, of course, that makes me laugh. But what if? What if? Because the bar is so low, and the story of him opening up and being a person and showing the human side of the failures brought us and him into a different relationship. And now there's a different level of respect. And now Max Kepler rides that high, but Rob never giving up on him would go 2 thumbs up and a big check mark to him. We'll see. But lately, with his job security on the line, at least that's what the perception was. All he's done is keep his name in the mix, responding to the pressure, responding to your back being against the wall, and maybe you don't play the game again at this level. I'm just saying. Who knows where the major leagues takes him after this if the Phillies say, screw this, we failed miserably. We pissed away a lot of money. I'm sorry, Mr. Middleton. it's an interesting view on where we stand. It's an interesting view on Andrew Painter's most recent day. And I don't know what I'm trying to do, but I'm trying to segue to my favorite cigar in the world. And that, of course, is an Amelio cigar. I am in love with Amelio cigars. I cannot stop enjoying Amelio cigars. After every Phillies win, I go out back, I light one up. And I think to myself, wow, I've been missing out on life. I've been missing out on something so beautiful. I'm an idiot. But I'm not an idiot anymore. And you shouldn't be either. Now listen to this. Amelio cigars, they got old school roots, new school attitude, locally owned, third generation, and made at Fábrica Oveja Negra in Nicaragua. So this is as serious and legit as a cigar as you are going to find. And right now, you could click the link down below in the description for 10% off. So if you go to checkout, utilize code BRODES10, you will get 10% off your cart. And when I tell you, when I go golfing, I have a nice foursome pack of cigars that I bring for the fellas. If I go to a family party the other day, my wife's grandfather, 90 years old, everyone's waiting for me. You can see all the guys in the backyard with the beers. They're waiting for me to turn around the corner because they know the second I'm coming, I'm bringing the Amelios. It's amazing. You got to join the Amelio family. Take a look at this. Packaged up. Boom. Foursome for the golf course. Boom. Foursome for the golf course. Boom. 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 Telling you, baby. You can also go to your local cigar shop and ask for Amelios as well. Andrew Painter, the last time he pitched, he went 4 1/3, 9 hits, 7, I repeat, 7 earned runs, 2 walk batters, 2 homers. I don't want anything to do with Andrew Painter this season. And that's a big loss because people expected him to be a serious issue, a guy who's going to throw gas. And maybe you're finding a way with the usage of Strom lately, which is telling you maybe how they want to go about this. Kirkering as well. Maybe the Duran slot right into the 9th. And Alvarado, we can work his, work his body into the ground or abuse him in a baseball sense and make sure we can keep other arms less used and don't put so much stress on them and still win games because Alvarado's going to throw triple digits and have so much freshness to him. So you got that as well for this back end of the regular season. This Andrew Painter thing is a mess. And it makes me wonder, did they screw up? Did they fail miserably at the deadline and hold on to somebody who is going to go from one of the most intriguing prospects in all of the land to, wow, Sixto Sanchez, huh? I can't rule it out. And I am not going to sugarcoat this by an injury. The injury shouldn't be this bad. With how long it's been since where he currently stands, it should not be 4 1/3, 9 hits, 7 earned runs. And you say, bro, it's been one outing. Don't overreact to one outing. I'm not overreacting to one outing. It's been bad for the last, 4 out of 5 starts off the top of my head. So it's been consistently negative, consistently not good enough, consistently beaten up by AAA pitching for a long time now. No, it's not just the injury. No, it's not. You're lying to yourself if you think it is. It's not. Who knows what David Robertson is, though? He's been up and down. But maybe that even settles you more in with your bullpen structure. And then you get to know, all right, it's the 7th, boom. Hey, it's the 8th, boom. You got Kirkering and Strom. Strom, I still sweat. Okay? I still get tight. I still get very awkward. But this is who we have to go to war with, and you just have to accept it. Unless David Robertson. But then again, you're lefties. I'm just thinking, I trust if you get a good David Robertson, a professional major leaguer with a career that he has had, David Robertson, and not the 40-year-old who got picked up off the street who was a stiff David Robertson, then I like him as a setup man. Regardless of where he's pitching, being a right-handed pitcher and what side of the mound he throws from. But Strom being that left-handed arm is always going to keep him invested and involved because that 7th inning, but he's just so shaky. Just in theory, if everything could work out perfectly to plan, Kerkering 7, David Robertson 8, Duran 9. And I don't give a damn about the lefty thing. Just because the Matt Strahm story, but then again, if I could get the best perfect result in the world, then Strahm would just be awesome. And then, yeah, you have options. Don't know. Strahm's usage, though, is on high note. Sanchez, 6 innings, 1 earned run on Friday. They pulled away late in that game. Saturday, Max Kepler and Stott in the 7th. So Luzardo went 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 7 hits. That first inning, if you didn't have the gut feeling of, wow, why are there so many hits? Why is he getting squared up? Why is he going to get just absolutely destroyed in this game? Why is it going to be bad? Why will it be Jesus Luzardo the issue? You go 6 innings after that and only allow 1. It was set up for way more of a disaster. And you got crunch time Max Kepler. I don't understand why that would bother you. Don't you want this team to be the best it can? Again, maybe it goes back to mindset. As I talk through the way I shifted my brain, and maybe because I do this, it's easier for me to shift and know when it's the natural time. And when you get into this time of the year, there is this organic change that happens when we're about to embrace a championship potential run. I don't care that Max Kepler was bad. I do. If we were talking about the last X amount of months, I'm looking ahead now. The fact that he's answering almost perks my brows. Is that a saying? My eyebrows are getting perked up. Like, do I truly believe in it? Am I selling assets and pouring it into that if? No. Why wouldn't you want this, though? Makes it more interesting. Makes the Nick Castellanos story more interesting, too. I don't want drama. I don't want Nick to blow up and cause controversy. Because I think he is hard to deal with. I think he is a big personality. I think he is someone who sniffs himself and thinks he's the greatest in the world. But if you're not getting going, and if you're not doing your job, and if you're not consistent enough, then we will find someone who is. And we will find someone that's maybe set up platoon-wise to give us more than you are. And the reason why I'm intrigued by that is because I think that there is something better than Nick Castellanos out there. That's not rocket science. So give us the best version of yourself. Is Nick the best version of yourself? It may end up being. The timing of the playoffs dictates a lot. If someone is performing better in September than they were in March, if Brandon Marsh is wow in October, but he sure as hell wasn't in the spring, I would never think you could win with Brandon Marsh batting 5th. Now I like the idea of Brandon Marsh batting 5th. So maybe I like Nick Castellanos in September, late against the Mets in Citi Field here in Philadelphia. Now that I'm thinking about the Mets, though, I like when the Mets are playing well and then the Phillies have to see the Mets, and then that's a real test. This is still a test. Mets are in free fall. The expectation is to win. I feel you struggle with expectations, and it's been your kryptonite. So go on the road. It won't be that hostile because Mets fans are cracking, and they are crashing out. But you need to win convincingly after getting swept and bent over in Citi Field early. Go get it done. While I acknowledge and sort of appreciate that view, and that's the view we're going with. I want it to be more about there's a 1-game lead. You better walk away at a minimum with a 2-win lead. 2 up. Add separation. That's a cooler and tougher test than this one. This one's open notes. That one wouldn't be open notes. See what I'm saying? Although we still got Cincy and all. We got plenty of games in front of us here that I should be focusing on, and I'm not, because I'm terrible. What's not terrible is Green Lawn Fertilizing. Green Lawn Fertilizing is the best in the world. They are based in Philadelphia and the best in the market. Experts in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, and extremely knowledgeable, so much so that they've created their own custom blend that will have your lawn recovering when you need it most, and I needed it badly. My lawn was not in good shape. We started the treatment process, and I'm watching my lawn progress treatment after treatment, and it's amazing. I didn't know anything about it, truth be told. That's why I went to the ones that are so knowledgeable, and what they do is they educate you on what the steps are going to accomplish, the timeline for each steps, how this is going to work, when they will be at your home, when they will execute, boom, 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 and it's just an incredible experience. And right now, I get to let my dogs out, and they run around the backyard. There's so much grass for them. Before it was dirt. We got an addition put onto our house. They had to do a lot of work, obviously, to our ground. Prior to that, I needed to get this thing juiced up again, and Green Lawn Fertilizing knocked it out of the park. Right now, Green Lawn Fertilizing is giving you 50% off, 50% off your first 2 treatments. So do not be a fool. Sign up today. One of the best, and I mean best teams that you can work with. You become family with Green Lawn Fertilizing, not just a company that helps your house look gorgeous and look like the best in the entire neighborhood. They do that and become a family, and just so incredibly smart. And I appreciate everything they've done, and you should definitely join the family as well. Okay, with that, let's take a couple anytime hotline calls and hear from the people. Let's do it.
You know, earlier in the year, I never thought we'd get here, where I really do love this baseball team. I'm really appreciating what they're doing right now. While the Mets are scuffling, we're not screwing around. We have to sweep. The only thing I can really complain about is Zach Wheeler today. I don't know if it's taking him out with 83 pitches is more a health concern, or they're worried about his effectiveness at that point in the game. But, that's it, really, because this lineup and really the bottom of the order coming alive recently. And that's what you need, man. You need consistency throughout. I mean, it's like there was points in this year where they'd be down 2-0, 3-0. You're just chalk it up to a loss because you figured the bullpen would give up more, and the lineup just wasn't going to have enough to climb back. These are fightings, man. This is what this team's supposed to look like. I'm loving it. And this guy, Duran, they must have made him in a lab. He is absolutely filthy. He pumps the zone. You get into the game up 1 in the 9th inning, it's over.
I know. You are winning the game. Now, I agree. I really do enjoy this team. And you're right about the toughness of the group. How many times did we expect a loss? And we all make the joke, they're probably going to lose, or I feel it in my veins. It's a loss when you're in the action. But you really did, for a while, expect failure. Expect the offense to go away. The offense to forget to show up. Your offense to look awful. Not our night. We'll bring it tomorrow. Whatever excuse they wanted to throw our way. But they've learned to keep the head down. They don't stop. 7th inning, 8th inning. And then now that your closer is scary and your closer is automatic, you have the momentum. There's no one in this world that will step up to the plate when Duran is at his A+ and steal a victory. and defeat you. It's not going to happen. This is outstanding special stuff. And maybe because of how special and rare it is, you didn't get a good closer, you didn't get a great closer. This is special territory. We talk about how it impacts a clubhouse. Because he's even greater than maybe we anticipated. What it brings, the energy shift, the life. Does it need to be recognized more? I'm just asking questions. With Zach, though, did he look off because he likes his rhythm? And he's so used to his way and his style of preparing his body? I don't think it's that. I heard Ruben Amaro Jr. ask that question on the postgame show, and he was just working through the what ifs. Why could it be this way? Why could it be something else? And maybe he's thrown out of rhythm because his schedule is consistent when right. Nah, the velocity's too low. And he was asked why he feels it's too low, and he was basically going through very similar answers that we've heard for months, not months, but about a month now or so, which is I'm still trying to find it. I don't know why. I'm not necessarily sure why this, that, and a third when addressing any part of his game that's lacking. But I'm searching. He feels normal. Isn't it bad that he feels normal? He may think it's a cycle and it eventually strikes when he's great again. Him feeling normal with this type of dip, of course, I don't want any damage done to his arm. That is worse. But when there's a cause and an effect, it gives you a better understanding. And maybe the fact that he feels good implies it's dead arm. Implies it's just the time of the year and he can work out of it. But I like knowing, oh, this is causing you to struggle. This is causing you to be weak. This is causing you to not have your A+ stuff every night. We don't know why. I'm a little all over the place with the Wheeler thing. Let's go to Sean.
Just get the lead to the Durantula in the ninth, and he'll do the rest. I mean, the guy is human. He did give up a hit today. And if not for a nice play from Trey Turner, he may have given up 2 hits in that inning. It could have taken on a different look and feel to it. But again, you know, that's the motto. Starts with the starting pitching. This offense is never going to be, you know, a world beater, but just do enough to get a lead going into the top or the bottom of the ninth, and you feel pretty good about your chances. That said, I mean, what is going on with Zach Wheeler? I mean, we've heard shoulder soreness, et cetera, He says he's fine, but obviously he's not, you know, really cause for concern here, and cause for concern with Ranger Suarez. I mean, the Philadelphia Phillies can't get to the promised land if those guys aren't, you know, anchoring the starting rotation. So
I agree. You definitely need Wheeler for sure. Let's see where it takes us, because it may be that this team's DNA becomes they find a way. Maybe it's they find a way. The Jalen Hurts experience, I used to have to fight with people all day long about what makes him great, what makes him special, what makes him different. He wins. He finds ways to win. And then they win. Doesn't make sense. They win. They win 10 in a row. They win 10 of 11. They win 12 of 14. They win. Don't know what to tell you. They win. But Jalen this, but Jalen that. He wins. But Jalen, he wins. He wins. He wins. I get it in theory and on paper. You can't win with X. You can't win without Y. And I've said a million of those different statements. But watching Kepler, watching Sosa, watching Bader, watching Duran, watching some of these guys go, is it possible that they just win? Whatever way they need to, which has not been who they are all year, as alluded to from one of our earlier calls, which is essentially, it was the complete opposite. Doesn't matter what it was then. It matters what it is now. And new additions are supposed to bring new life. And Kyle, in an MVP race, is giving you an added element. So there are multiple reasons why. Maybe it aligns, maybe not. But I'm a new man now. I'm a new man. Positive Brodes. I had a hiccup with the Zach Wheeler news initially. You sweep. Still question marks around. But the vibe has changed. Positive Brodes. He's a hell of a man. It's uncomfortable. Kidding. But it is. We'll see where it takes us. Can't wait for this Phil series in Cincy. Never said that before. Talk to you all on the next one.